Let's start with this.
I guess it's luck, but it's the same. Hard luck, you've been trying to change.
I came up as a fan of like very disparate genres. I was a big fan of hip hop, and and my favorite band was The Cure. And somewhere in that mix was born the kind of music I make, which I think is steeped in the kind of melody that maybe you'd find in The Cure, but maybe a little bit more rapid fire lyrically, like you might find from hip hop. And I've loved that, and I've loved working with bands, finding bands like Intel or Nothing Nowhere, which I was lucky enough to collaborate with. You know, when making Crooked Shadows, actually when making any of my records, I never think about the listener or the fan while making the record. I think that's a slippery slope. I think at that point you're probably setting up your own roadblocks. The songs should be some weird voyage of discovery. They should have their own path that isn't impeded by any predisposition of your own making. Of course, I hope when I'm writing it that they'll like it, but I don't think about how I should write it so that they would like it. But if I had any kind of goal with making the record, it was that I wanted the songs to feel very immediate. I wanted them to feel like my earliest records in spirit, but with the musicality or growth in musical ability, I guess, or taste, or what have you, that I've acquired over the years. I needed it to be really connected. It's hard to explain what I mean by that, other than to say that the methodology I did was I would write the song on a couch similar like this one. As soon as it was done, like immediately, I would record it. So knowing full well that I probably would come to be able to sing that song better, maybe change melodies, make it stronger, but I wanted it to be as connected as it could possibly be to the moment of conception for the song. And in doing so, I think that there's a rawness to it that I regard it as a high bar.
Haunting yourself as the real thing is getting away from you again while you're chasing ghosts.
Over the course of a career, you've written a lot of songs. I've written a lot of songs. And it's possible to run out of steam, run out of inspiration. But the way I write songs is inherently keeps me off that path. Because the way I write songs for Dashboard is that I never sit down to try to write a song. I do that with other bands I'm in. But with Dashboard, I wait until like the song sort of, I don't know another way to say it, but sort of demands to come out. And my job is to pretty much just get out of the way.
Sweet slumber, I fell into you, now you're gracefully falling away.
When I wrote We Fight, I wrote it about a couple of things at once. I wrote it about the music scene that I came from, which was the first place I'd experienced in my life. The first time in my life I experienced a place where there was an inclusivity for people that were really outsiders. Those of us that didn't quite feel like we belonged in other places, in school and community, wherever it is. We really were, we'd found a home. And it didn't matter if you were a guy or a girl, or if you were white, black, or any other color, race, or creed or religion, or if you were gay or straight or otherwise. It was just this really pure place where kind of the only, like, it was merit-based essentially. It was, if you're here to make this scene better, we're happy to have you. And there was a lot of activism in that scene. Is a lot of activism in that scene. And at the same time, I keep the news on all the time, and was hyper aware that we are going through a period of that it's a really regressive state of social politics as well as politics right now, and this is all happening as I write We Fight, and I think it was conflated into one thing. And then now to see March for Our Lives take it up as a song that they are identifying with for their cause and others. I'm proud of that. I think it's an honor.
These are a few things I'd like to know. I'd like to know. So I say